Now that's what I'm talking about, guys. What a better way to kick off on Monday than with a SoFi breakout. Cheers to that. I appreciate you all for tuning in as SoFi is up almost 4% and the ascending triangle we called out last week, well, it's playing out and we're super close to all-time highs, which I said, I think the last video was Friday. I said on Friday, look, I think all-time highs are coming next week. And here we are. We're less than, I think, 50 cents away now from all-time highs. And we have to break down the charts in this video, guys. You know the drill. We'll go over what I'm doing. And we'll break down some other stocks, which overall, man, stocks in general today are crushing it. Every index is up. A bunch of my stocks are up, so we have a lot to talk about. Hit the like button. Feel free to subscribe. Join the Patreon if you guys want to keep up with what I'm doing in my real portfolio. We post updates every single week. I actually just posted one yesterday. You guys see, or not yesterday, today, earlier. I don't know why I said yesterday. Not on Sunday, guys, but yeah, either way. Down below. Cheers again. I'm just pumped, man. Let's talk about what's going on. We're completely breaking out. So we covered on Friday, and honestly, the last couple of SoFi videos, I've been pounding the table saying, guys, look, ascending triangle is here. Clear as day, man. Higher lows are being made into this resistance at about 26.50, and here we are. We're completely breaking out. And look at how look at the price action. Thursday, Friday, man, it was clear as day. It was the writing was on the wall. We had higher lows being made Thursday, Friday, even Wednesday. So subtle higher lows. We kept squeezing deeper into that triangle, right? And the cup and handle. We also called this out. The cup and handle, that played out beautifully. And here we are, pushing all-time highs. It's crazy, right? So this is not a surprise. You know, we called it out. We've been looking at this. And at this point, man, there's no resistance other than all-time highs, which we hit back in, where do we hit those? Back in February of 2021. So it's been almost 5 years now. You guys know that. I've said this before, since all-time highs were hit. So what? 50 to 75 cents away. We're pretty much there, guys. And look, the S&P's up today, 0.4%. NASDAQ's up, 0.6%. Dow's up. Let's see, the Dow, actually it's slightly down, pretty much at break even, as the Russell's up 0.25%. So stocks are hot in general, and if this continues, I think SoFi is going to hit that high. I still think we're going to hit that high, whether it's tomorrow, later this week. That overall is where we're trending. Clearly, we're breaking out. We're above the moving averages. We've been, had a golden cross on SoFi stock here. So yeah, it looks like the train, the bull train, whatever you want to call it, guys, is continuing. This is one heck of a way to start Monday off. It's beautiful. So, and by the way, we hit a high of 27.77 as I'm making this video. And if we pull up the intraday chart, we can see it looks very bullish. You can even see here we popped in the morning. Then we started to see some downside at about 11:30 noon East Coast. But that was met with a huge run, which goes to show how strong the bulls are right now. And with that run, we actually took out the highs from earlier this morning, which is critical, very key. And again, goes to show how strong the bulls are. And even now, look at this. We're putting in a double bottom, starting to see some candles here, green candles forming, up almost 4%. I like the way it's looking, guys, and for me, it's a hold. And I said yesterday, or not yesterday, last SoFi video, I did make one yesterday. I made one last night. I just realized. I forgot about that. But, yeah, we covered how if it gets to $35, $30, $32, $35, really between $32 to $35, that's where I'm going to start considering at least locking in a little profit, This is a stock that I've been in now for almost 2 years. We're coming up on 2 years now, and I think it's time, time to lock in a little profit. Enjoy the fruits of the labor, if you will. You know what I mean? Because I started buying this thing at $5, $6, $7, $8, $11, $12, $13. Bought more at $8 back in April when it crashed again. or near $8 rather, not exactly at 8, but either way, so I'm in this thing. Very good average cost. It's that time almost for me to just take a little bit. I'm not going to take the whole position off, but just a little bit. Maybe I'm going to consider it at about 30, 35, preferably 32 to 35 range, and we'll go from there. Just keeping it real. What do you guys think? Think about that. Let me know in the comments, and let me know what you guys are doing. I'm curious as always. And let's now go over some other stocks, because look, SoFi is looking good, but a lot of other stocks, man, just keep on moving. Like OKLO, this thing is like, dude, it's like, come on, it's up another 11% today, $91 a share, completely breaking out of the highs from August, early August, end of August, and it's at an all-time high. Not $92.48 is the all-time high that we pretty much hit today. Well, we did hit it today. So this thing is like, oh man. Each time I'm like, let me short OKLO, it does something like this. So I'm not going to short it. I haven't shorted it. But at this point, it's tempting. And I'm not going to lie. If this hits 100, it's tempting to play a little short there on the pullback. But that's up 11%. If you're in this, congrats. It's been one heck of an investment this year. What else is moving today, guys? Chewy's up. Let me get some coffee. Cheers, by the way, guys. Chewy's up 5.5%. Not bad for Chewy, but it collapsed after earnings. So we're just getting back some of those losses. Tesla's up, which I want to make a video on that, a separate video. So stay tuned for that, guys. But Tesla is up big time. In a nutshell, Elon, excuse me, man, what's going on? In a nutshell, Elon bought Tesla stock, and that's his first biggest, or not the first, but I think it's his biggest ever buy in one day, and it's the first buy since February of 2020, from what I was reading. Think about that. But we'll cover more about that in another video. But Tesla is up. We're ripping. I'm not surprised. We called that out, right? What else is moving? Open Door. This is another popular one. A lot of you guys have been tracking. It's still looking like it's coming down a little bit. I'll be honest. We mentioned in the video, I think on Friday, that we're going to see, or I wanted to see a pull down to the 7 range. We didn't get that. We got down to about 875 on Friday. We're looking a little still bearish, I would say, on the 5-day. You guys kind of see these lower highs being made, but at the same time, we're kind of in a wedge, higher lows as well. So Open Door, I'm not in it right now. I'll be honest. I missed this parabolic move, so I'm not going to chase it unless we get a major pullback and we start setting up more favorably from there. But Open Door at this point, it's up a little bit, 5%, but I'd still be a little careful with it for where it's at right now. But it's up on the day, not bad. Google, man, Google stock. Oh, what a freaking day for Google, up another 3%. This thing's looking a little, I'll be honest, it's one of my top stocks. I've owned it for years, but holy moly, is it looking overbought in the short term. I'll be honest, man, this thing looks like a rocket ship, straight up in a straight line. It's up another 3.5% ever since we got news that they aren't going to have to get rid of Chrome, disrupt their business. Ever since then, money's been flooding into Google, and it goes to show how it's so obvious how much money was on the sidelines waiting for Google stock. How much money was just waiting for this thing to get that ruling from the court, and we got it. And it's the stock. I mean, look, man, it's added so much market cap. It's up 20% in the span of 12, 13 days. It goes to show how much the valuation was compressed. I mean, we were seeing PE ratios that were ridiculous for Google, especially a couple months ago. And it just goes to show, again, how much money was on the sidelines, and it's all flooding in here. So I'm glad, I kept buying, I kept holding, I stuck to my, my guns with this one. And man, I'm pumped about it. I never thought that they would have to get rid of Chrome. Obviously, it was a big risk, but I just kept buying through. I bought more. I remember I bought a good chunk here. Right after earnings. Do you guys remember that? I mentioned it right after earnings. They posted good numbers back in July. The stock saw a bit of a pop to the mid 190s, almost 200. I believe I bought on the pullback there in the mid 190s. I bought more in the low 200s as well. Pretty much after this breakout, when we confirmed the breakout on Google, we took the highs out from the beginning of the year, end of 2024. And mind you guys, at that point, Google didn't hit a high for almost like a year. Once we broke out, though, I bought the breakout, and man, it's been looking pretty. And I'm not going to lock in gains. If anything, I'll sell covered calls at this point, because again, it's pretty overbought, but I'm not going to lock it in. I think this is a stock that is going to do well for years to come, and I want to hold on to it. I want to hold on to every share I have. It's not one of those that I'm going to trim a bunch if it runs a little bit. It's one of those that I want to hold on to. That's how I treat my, top core positions, unless it gets like ridiculously overvalued, which in that case, it's a different story, but we're not there with Google. We're just not there yet. So, guys, with that being said, I'm going to wrap it up. Hit the like button if you guys enjoyed it. Feel free to subscribe. Join the Patreon if you all want to be a part of the portfolio updates, the Discord, kind of see, how I build a portfolio. I post updates every week. We're depositing $500 a week, and we're doing bonus deposits throughout the month. So there's been months where I've invested like 4 or 5K in this portfolio. We're growing it, and we're buying stocks, and you guys get to see how I buy these stocks, what I'm buying, options, how I run a portfolio, full transparency, returns, performance, all of that. Link down below on Patreon if you want to. And yeah, with that being said, cheers. I'll catch you all in the next video.